Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm speaking with Paige Anne. She is just about to release her newest EP called First Paige, and I'm super excited to talk to her all about it. Paige, I want to thank you so much for coming on today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I'm super happy to have you. All good music deserves to be talked about, and it sounds like there's a lot coming. But I want to know first off, how are you? Like, what's news in your world?
I just started my sophomore year, so really nothing much. I'm just doing school and hoping
Nice.
that I'm just excited to drop my IP. Really.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine being in school and releasing music at the same time. So good for you for doing that. But the music speaks for itself, and that's kind of the first thing that I want to talk about here. Is I've had the opportunity to listen to the full record, but also you've released a string of singles. So really, the first question is there like an overarching message of what this record is about, or is it just a series of stories from your life?
I feel like it's more just a series of stories from my life. It's really this whole EP, me doing it was trying to figure out like where I want to go as an artist, what kind of style I want to sing. So it's really just a lot of different styles of music, and then all of
Yeah.
them have a different meaning.
That's kind of what I like the most about it is that you don't stick to one thing. And I think that especially for an emerging artist, it's best to kind of cast a wide net and experience a little bit of everything, but it also probably shows what you enjoy as an artist, or as a person to listen to as well, which is kind of nice. Um, Another next thing would be like the production. So do you have a team behind you, like making these songs, or like how is it all coming together?
I do have a team. My mom is my manager, so we call her my
Nice.
momager. She
Yes.
kind of just like grabs me everywhere. I don't know, she's cool or whatever. Um,
Sure.
I recorded in the studio of Marco G, and then OBA, that's his artist name.
Hmm.
OBA, he was a co-writer, and I also worked with Zach. Oh, what's his name? Zach Gord. What's his last name, Mom? You just call him Zach? No, I just call him Zach. He's cool. I love
Cool.
Zach. But no, he's a platinum recording artist, so he's cool or whatever. And so I
Awesome.
wrote one of my main singles with him. Yeah, it's just it takes a team. It takes a village. That's what my mom says. It takes a
Yeah.
village to I don't know. I'm so young. I just have so much that I can be doing, but I can't do it by myself. So I'm very grateful to
No,
have the team I have behind
it's
me.
impossible. I mean, I say this often, producing music is like speaking another language. You, as a person, can only bring so much to the table. Obviously, like you've got a stellar voice and you know like the vision of the music that you want to make. But it can't just be you getting there. You know what I mean? You really do need a team to back you up in that regard. And I think you put together a pretty good one so far. The music
I
speaks for
agree.
itself. Um, I do want to call back to the genre though, because really these songs, like they do hold a lot of different styles and sounds, and it's really nice because it gives the listeners an opportunity to see what else you can do. So, what was the thought process behind making all these different songs?
Well, my producers, they would ask me, they'd be like, "Hey, what artists do you love right now?" And so I'd send them songs that I liked, and at the moment it was like Olivia Rodrigo because her album Sour was like huge. And
Yeah,
so then they'd take that and they'd take what I sound like or who I sound like and just kind of munch it all together, and then we'd talk and then we'd write together. I don't know. There was no like certain like way that I wanted to go. It was just like
sure.
I want to try everything. And so I don't know. It's just
Yeah, listen, there's no right answer and there's no wrong answer here. Like every artist is on their own path. You're kind of just doing what you want to do.
yeah.
But it sounds like the type of music that you're making reflects what you listen to. Is that correct?
Kind of, sorta. I mean, I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of classic rock and rap,
Okay.
but I love Mariah Carey and I love Whitney Houston. And I love Adele. So maybe you can say that, but
Sure.
majority of the time, it's really just like whatever the vibe is. I don't know. Every song that we wrote, always like the atmosphere of when we were writing was, I don't know, just the vibe of the song that we put out. So, like
Yeah.
the way you got me, I wrote that. I think it was at midnight. The first time I ever recorded, it was
Sure.
at midnight, and we were all just. I was dead tired. I was 13, and I was just dead tired, and we just recorded it. And I was like, "This is an experience." It was an experience,
Yeah.
but yeah, I
I mean,
loved it.
that's so young to be doing that, but the fact that you're like, this is something what I want to do is so inspiring. Some people don't make that realization till way farther in their lives, to the point
Oh,
where they think it's too late. So it's pretty
yeah.
amazing. How
My
long have you
mom is
been?
so sweet.
Yeah, how long have you been involved in music? Like, I guess, like, when did you realize like this is something that I want to do?
I I've been singing, like singing, performing since I was 7 years old.
Oh wow,
I But I really realized that it was something I really, really wanted to do when I was probably what, 11. It was
yeah,
probably when I started singing national anthems when I was like, oh, maybe I could make a career out of this.
that's awesome. So then
Yeah.
it kind of just like spiraled into like, oh, maybe I'll write original music. Is that how it went?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. It just my mom started talking like everyone would always ask me, like, do you write your own music? And I'd be like, no. but
Yeah.
then but I like found that I was like, maybe okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I could be good at it. And so,
Mhm.
you just gotta try it. And here I am trying it.
I mean, yeah, you've made it this far and you have music to your name, which is a lot more than a lot of people can say. Now, obviously, you're inspired by people that you've listened to, and I want to go into the actual like influences of what you were raised up on music wise, because like I keep going back to it, but I haven't heard an EP like this that really ranges in styles in a long time. I feel like so much music nowadays is like we're just making pop music or we're just making rock music, but there's so much in this. So, like, what were you raised on listening to?
Oh, a lot of Bon Jovi, Rob Thomas. It's mentioned in one
Sure.
of my songs. Um, Adele, Whitney Houston is like my all-time favorite artist.
Oh,
She
yeah.
has like influenced me more than anybody. I don't know. I was singing her in the shower at like age 6, and that's when my mom was like,
That's
"Okay,
awesome.
Paige, you should start singing."
Okay.
Um, I love Mariah Carey. I don't know. It's just all of the divas from like the '90s that have
Yeah,
like made me be like, "Oh, I want to do this," because I love to belt and I love to just be loud, but I also need to take it down a notch and just have that chill vibe. So like I took that from like Elisa Cara and Haley Steinfeld, just stuff like
totally.
that. So, but
Nice.
I was raised on Whitney Houston. I would have to say Whitney Houston.
That makes sense. I mean, who doesn't
Yeah,
love her? You know what I mean?
she's perfect. I love like
Yeah.
she is amazing.
Now, have you found that your process as a songwriter has changed over the years, or do you start songs differently? Like, how does it really start for you?
It was really a learning curve for me
Hmm.
because like I had never like been like able to like write my own music because I just get stuck. And so
Yeah,
when I got the team behind me, it was really nice to have other ideas circulating and just bouncing off of each other. It just made it a lot better of a it was a learning curve for me. And I loved it because it just made it so I could actually do what I loved and not get stuck.
sure.
Because I feel like everyone when they're writing a song, they write a verse and then they're like, well, I don't know what the chorus should be, or they write a chorus and they don't know what the verse should be because it's hard.
That's
I
true. Well,
I
there's no
envy
rules.
anyone who can do it easy by themselves. So
Absolutely. I mean, that's
yeah,
the thing that people who listen to music casually don't understand is like there's no step by step process for making music. There's no handbook. Like, sure, there's suggestions, and it's like, oh, you could do this and you could do that, but everyone works in different processes. So
hmm
it's like you can throw out ideas, but it really does help to have that team behind you that can kind of finish those sentences for you and make something complete. It's really nice.
yeah. And I'm blessed to
Totally.
have such an amazing team that helped me with
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely. So, I mean, now that you've been through this process, like the record is finished, you've made song by song by song, is there something that you look forward to the most, like in making music, whether it be like dreaming up the idea or even like fast forwarding to the end and just being like, I'm done with it, like finally? Anything
Uh,
between the beginning and end.
Honestly, I would have to trail it back to singing national anthems because that has been like one of my most consistent gigs because I love doing it. I love
Yeah.
singing for my country. But it would probably be singing the anthem at the Super Bowl because not the Super Bowl, not Supercross. The one that I want to do when I'm oldest is Super Bowl. Singing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Oh. My mom was like,
All
"No, you
good.
sing it Supercross." No, I want to sing at the Super Bowl.
One day, hey, you know what? That's something to
Yeah.
have your eyes on.
Yes, it's like the ultimate like that would be so cool because Whitney Houston did it. Whitney Houston's national anthem at the Super Bowl was like the best national anthem the world has ever heard.
I agree.
Like it is the best. People will argue me that Beyonce's is the best, but I'm like, no, Whitney Houston.
Eh, I mean,
Beyonce, don't get me wrong, she was amazing.
sure,
Jennifer Hudson,
sure.
she was amazing, but Whitney Houston killed it.
I'm fully there with you.
Yeah.
Now, when people listen to this record for the first time, is there like a message that you want to come across when people listen for the first time, or like an emotion that you want to leave them feeling with?
I don't know. I think since my main single is free, I maybe just let
Mhm.
them feel free. It's
I
just
like
like
that.
it's vibey. Like every time we were in the studio, my mom would do this to like some of my songs. It said, "This is how free makes me feel." So I
Yeah,
want people to feel like that.
it's
That's
got the
cool.
it's got the good vibes to it.
Yeah, it's just
That's such
vibey.
a my mom does the same thing. Whenever I
Yeah.
put on music, that's just the first move that she does.
Yeah, they go out
It's
the
easy.
window and you window surf. Yeah.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah.
Now you've done these national anthems, you're out there, but do you have anything more formal planned in terms of like playing shows in your local area or, even expanding past that?
I sing with a local band in Idaho Falls called
Nice.
Almost Famous, and I sing at restaurants down around town, events around town, and it's been a really fun experience. But as of now, as an artist, I just do little things like I did my state fair
Oh,
this
sweet.
past
That's
week.
huge though. So many
Yeah, it
people go to
was fun.
those.
Yeah, it was so fun. I did it with some of my friends, and we sang all together. We sang by ourselves. It was really fun.
Are you doing
And
originals or are you doing
I did
covers? A little
not do
bit.
any originals
Okay.
because, yeah, but I hope to do those in future performances, and probably for the crowds that I sing with Almost Famous, the band,
Hmm.
uh, I probably will sing my originals for them because they're like my family.
Yeah.
But as of now, I don't really have any planned.
That's okay. You know what? You've got a lot to focus on at this point. You got a lot
Yeah,
going
we
on.
got school.
Also, yeah, school is pretty important. Also, amazing band name. It's one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies of all time. So it's
Oh,
like,
really?
have you seen the movie? You've never seen
No.
Almost Famous? Oh, it's the best. It's the best music movie of all time. As an
Really? I'm
aspiring
writing that
artist,
down.
it is hands down the best movie. Yeah, that's a must watch.
Okay, Almost Famous
I
movie.
highly recommend.
Okay,
Um,
I will watch it.
on that note, hypothetically speaking, what is a dream collaboration for you? If you had to pick an artist or even producer to help create a track with you,
Oh, probably Usher.
that is not an answer as I was expecting. Why Usher? I mean, it's a great answer.
Because his producing skills are just like sick.
I agree.
So, and if he would sing with me, that would be even cooler.
Yeah,
So, I don't know
Usher,
why. That's just
damn.
like the first name that comes to my brain.
No, I
Like,
love that. That's
Usher.
such an out of left field answer. I love it. That's perfectly unique. Great answer. Okay, another one for you. So you've got this record, obviously. Is there a song on it that you're looking forward to performing the most? One that you think can really capture the audience when they hear it for the first time?
Probably Missile.
Okay.
That was like my all-time favorite song on the entire EP because
Hmm.
it's like the Adele like
Yeah.
depressing vibe, but it was mainly like the song that I contributed to the most, like the one that I pushed for the most, and so
Yeah.
I don't know, she has a special place in my heart.
Nice. Okay. And I think that one definitely like get the crowd involved. You know what I mean? You got to
Mhm.
impress them on the first one, reel them in so that they want to
Yeah.
listen to the rest of it. Very cool. And as a busy person like yourself, I hope that you're planning on what's coming up. So I'd love to know, again, hypothetically, what you think the next year of your life might look like in terms of goals that you want to set or things that you'd like to accomplish.
I feel like I want to grow as an artist and as a person. So I mean, passing sophomore year, that would be really cool. Math is hard.
Math is hard.
Geometry, it's so confusing.
It is. It
So passing
is.
math. I don't know. Maybe releasing another album, writing more
Okay.
music. I don't know. There's so much to look forward to as a teenager because you never know what
Yeah,
could happen.
totally.
Um,
You just gotta like roll with it and see what
like
happens.
I want to grow an inch. I don't know. Like
That's not up to you.
I know. And so like there's so many opportunities. Like I could audition for TV shows now because I'm old enough.
True.
So that's in the cards. I don't know. I'm just kind of floating around. I
I
mean,
love
going to
that.
Disneyland sounds fun right now.
Disneyland is great. That's I was gonna ask about like personal goals next, but you kind of summed that up too. So we're gonna pass math this year. We're gonna hang out
Mhm.
with Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
and you're gonna release another album.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, that sounds like a great next year of your life. A great way to spend your
I think
time.
so too.
I I love it. Well, I have a couple more questions for you.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, you're ingrained in music, you consume music. I want to know, what are you listening to nowadays? Is there any like even local band that you can recommend, or even just songs on your playlist that you're like, people, you have to be listening to this. It's amazing.
Oh, Frank Ocean.
Of course,
He's so good.
he is
I know
good.
it's like basic right now for me to like Frank Ocean, but I love
It's
Frank Ocean.
it's not. You know what? When you're connected to the internet, you think that
Oh,
everyone is listening to the same thing, but like
mhm.
it's not like
No,
that in
no.
the real world.
I really like this band called the Glorious Sons.
Okay.
I That's where I get more into the rock genre and like Highly
Sweet.
Suspect. I love Highly
All
Suspect.
right, all right.
Uh, Baby Keem. You can't go wrong with Baby Keem.
Sure.
Uh, I don't know. There is this smaller artist. Well, he's not small. I found him on TikTok. His name's Kevin Kramer. His song
Okay.
Sweater has been stuck in my head for like the past month and a half. He is so good.
Yeah, I
So
mean, TikTok
go
is the
listen
way
to
to
him.
do it nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I
You know.
haven't come past that. I spend way too much of my life scrolling on TikTok.
You know,
So
he's like indie. It's so good. He's so good.
sweet. Okay, well, you've got great taste, and I'm not surprised at all.
Thank you.
Well, my last question for you is basically for the person that is going to discover you from this, and for the person that is going to listen to your music for the first time, what is an opening message that you'd like to say to them?
That's a really hard question. That's like the ultimate first impression. I don't know. You just say something like live, laugh, love. But for me, I'd have to say, I always tell people don't die every time they leave. But if I'm saying hi, it's just like, that's a really hard question.
Yeah, and there's no right answer, and I've heard it all. So you could say whatever you want.
I would have to say live, laugh, love
Okay.
because you never get another day. So just if they're listening to my music for the first time, I would just like to say, feel free to just feel free. I don't know. That's I feel like that's the vibe I'm going for this whole album is just
Oh, that's
free.
awesome. That's exactly the honest, confident answer I was looking for, and I really appreciate that. Well, Paige, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to do this. It has been an
Yeah.
absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much for having
You're
me.
so welcome. Please let me plug your music for you one more time. The EP is called First Page, and it is out September 17th. That is correct?
19th.
19th. Perfect.
Yeah.
We will have all the links so that people can listen and share and follow along and do all that fun stuff. But I'm personally invested at this point. I can't wait to see what your next year looks like, and I can't wait for everyone to hear this. I think they're really going to enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Austin.
You're very welcome. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to speak
Thank
soon.
you. Thank you. You
Awesome.
too.
See you later. Bye bye.
Bye.